Have we had, and it is day two. It is Bahrain versus Qatar. Let's head straight to the toss.
Good morning and welcome to the beautiful Oman Cricket Academy. It is the Gulf Women's T20 International Championship Cup, and I've got the two teams alongside with me. It's Bahrain versus Qatar. Right in the center is the match referee, Mr. Jamil Zaidi. For Bahrain, it's Taranga Gajanayake, the captain. On to the extreme left is the captain for Qatar, Aisha. Gajanayake has the coin. She's going to flip it, and Aisha is going to call. Khanjar is the call. Khanjar it is. So, Aisha, please come here. Congratulations. What do you want to do today?
We'll bat first
Why do you want to bat first?
because we have a better batting lineup, and we are more confident on that we'll give a good attack.
First game didn't go your way, but I'm sure the girls would be excited to come out and perform today as well.
Yes, my girls are ready to perform today.
What do you think is a good score?
I think 140 is in our mind, so we'll see how does that go.
All right, Aisha, do well. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Taranga, you lost the toss, but would you be happy to bowl first?
Yeah, actually, I was planning to bowl first, so I get happy. Even I lost the toss. That's my plan to get the fielding.
What do you think about the experience here? How are you enjoying the tournament?
Actually, I would like to thanks to Oman Cricket Federation, and I would like to thank to my Bahrain Cricket Federation for giving us this opportunity to participate this one. Actually, this is our second international tournament, so I would like to thanks to everybody who support me.
Do you have any changes to your side from yesterday's game?
Yeah, actually, we just have a change two players actually. I hope we will do best today. Yeah.
All right, all the best. Give us a good game.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right, so the news is that Qatar has won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
So it is Qatar who have won the toss and they have elected to bat first. We are just about to get on the way, and let me take time to introduce my co-commentator, the very, very famous Shoaib. Welcome, Shoaib. How
Good
are you
morning.
doing today?
Good morning, Pranav. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. And I'm really excited and looking forward to this exciting contest, Bahrain versus Qatar. Of course, this is the second day, and we are in all readiness for this game. It's a high contested, highly competitive game, and we can expect both these teams to put on a fight as the match has already started here. The first ball has been driven nicely. Will be a couple of runs added to the total.
What a start to day two it is. It is Bahrain versus Qatar. The two Gulf neighboring countries are going head to head.
Yes, Pavitra Shetty on your screens right now. She has opened the bowling for Bahrain. Remember, Qatar winning the toss and deciding to bat first. That one just kept low. Was on the back foot there. Shireen Nawab Bahadur, the opening batter, the left-handed batter for Qatar. Had an impressive outing yesterday. Scored around 20-odd runs and looked very classy. So expect some runs from her willow today as well.
She does take her time initially, loves to take advantage of anything that is a little wide. She's a brilliant striker of the ball.
This has been a decent start from Bahrain. Pavitra has been consistent with her line and length. She's targeting that off stump and roundabouts. Pavitra has the ability to move the ball in to the left-hander. Will be looking to extract some bounce as well and maybe get a few early breakthroughs here.
Bahrain was very, very good yesterday against Oman in the first 10 overs, to be specific. They did lose their track in the next 10 with a lot of extras. They would look to correct that today. So it is the end of first over.
अरे ग्राफिक्स नहीं आ रहे इधर स्कोर कार्ड कुछ
A quick run in the process. This is the second over of Bahrain versus Qatar.
that's been called a wide and rightly so, spraying down the leg. And just a fumble from Rasika, the wicketkeeper, has allowed the Qatari batters to cross over for a single. So 2 runs in the form of wides have been added to the total. It's important that they control those extras, Pranav, because it's not going to be easy to bat. We've seen that in the first game as well yesterday. Bahrain was struggling. That's high. That's in the air. And straight to the fielder, so no damage there.
Keeping it tight there is the bowler from Bahrain.
Nicely played on the front foot this time. And that's a much better ball. That's the ball they need to be targeting. Rasika was the keeper who was appreciating
Keeping it tight there.
Oh, yes, no,
there's a
yes,
fumble.
no. And there's a fumble. In the end, no damage. But they need to have better communication out there in the middle. You don't need a run out at this moment in time.
Bahrain did get a lot of boxes correct yesterday. They picked them right to start off with Oman. They have a few boxes which needs to be corrected. Keeping it tight there. Not giving any room whatsoever.
This is such a great platform for all these players to come out and perform and compete against each other at the picturesque Oman Cricket Academy.
You know, Shoaib, this is the first time a women's match is being telecasted here live in Oman.
Well, that's such a great news, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be a part of history in the making. It's always going to be the first, and we are happy that we can contribute in whatever small way possible. Sachini is the bowler.
That was a juicy full toss, but played straight to the fielder. Lucky there is Sachini. That will be the end of the second over. Bahrain have started pretty well.
It's complete shit.
So both these teams lost their first encounter. Yes, Bahrain lost to Oman yesterday by 96 runs, a heavy defeat. And then later in the afternoon, it was Qatar who lost by 8 wickets to UAE. Both Oman and UAE are very, very strong sides. Comes visible. That was never going to be leg before.
That's a good ball. What I like about Noor is that she's very, very consistent with her line and length. Doesn't change a lot. Pavitra has been impeccable with her line and length, and that is why it's so difficult to score runs off her. Again, targeting that off-stump channel a lot fuller this time. Has trickled towards the fine leg, and they scamper through for another run. And the left-hand, right-hand combination, what that's doing is it's taking some time for the fielders to settle in. Every time there's a run taken, the fielders need to adjust their field positions.
Pavitra was a little expensive yesterday, 4 overs, 35 runs. That's the first extra for the day. Umpire Samir Parker signaling the wide. They need a wicket here to start off Bahrain.
Outside off, and the umpire says it's a legal delivery. So another good ball from Pavitra. This has been a good over. In fact, Bahrain has started off well. They've kept Qatar in control under pressure. Remember, these are power play overs. And they haven't allowed Qatar batters to score runs freely.
It is Hirul for Qatar. She was looking to be aggressive and attack yesterday. Today, willing to take her time.
That was another good ball. Some movement in the air for Pavitra. End of another successful over for Bahrain. यार स्कोर नहीं बता पा रहे हम लोग कुछ नहीं.
एक मिनट. At the end of 3 overs, it is 8 for no loss.
So Sachini Jayasinghe to continue. Sachini Jayasinghe to continue. Coming around the wicket. गिर गया. Flighted and fuller in length. This has been played up in the air. Will land safely between the mid-off and mid-on fielder. And that's the first time, Pranav, we've seen some intent to score big
once she gets in. She did take a little bit of time yesterday.
Yes.
I was mighty impressed by Hiral yesterday. She went after Shaya, though didn't get much, but to attack a seasoned campaigner like Shaya from UAE, that shows the caliber.
That
and
was
speed.
that was a much better shot. Towards the ball, and that misfield allows them to take that single.
Keeping it tight is Bahrain. What's been so impressive is the way they have controlled the new ball.
Yes, another single. Shireen is happy to take singles and rotate strike at the moment. Score moves on to 11. This is the fourth over in progress.
Sachini just bowled a single over yesterday. She was the first change bowler for Bahrain. Today opening the attack, late outward movement. She's been very, very disciplined today. Keeping it very, very tight.
So that allows Sachini to bowl a lot fuller, closer to the batter. Another flighted delivery, and this one has been played straight down the ground. Run taken. Oh, that was a chance there. Had Sachini collected it cleanly, she had the opportunity to get Hiral run out, but not to be. 4 overs gone.
Just not able to collect it. At the end of 4 overs, it's 12 for no loss. How does it?
Fuller delivery again, and that's a good start from Pavitra. She's been given an extended run, Pranav. She's bowling her third over. Normally, you don't see that.
She did bowl the third over yesterday as well. Saving one for the depth. What? That's a big, big shout. Probably the ball was going down the leg. Umpire Samir Parker turning it down. It was a close call.
Well, a good appeal, good shout from Pavitra. Definitely worth an appeal. Very close to that leg stump, but might just have been missing it. Much better ball and equally well played.
She's getting a late outward movement. That is what would have interested her.
What Bahrain is doing is they're also bowling their overs pretty quickly. So not allowing the batters to settle in. That's nicely driven. First shot of the day that will cross the ropes for Qatar, and Hiral will be a very confident batter from here on. That was right from the middle of the bat, and again that cover drive, I think that's a favorite.
Beautifully driven through the covers for a boundary.
That's the first shot of the day, of the game. Another fuller delivery. This time, Hiral decides to play it with soft hands. So no opportunity for any run.
Generally, the opening batters, don't prefer to drive the ball away from the body, but it's Hiral who loves that zone, loves that area.
This time on the back foot and straight into the hands of the mid-on fielder. That will be the end of another over. After 5 overs, Qatar are 16 without loss.
क्या हो गया आवाज नहीं आ रही? That was a catching opportunity, but it will be a boundary.
Well, a low full toss and an opportunity that has been taken by Hiral. In fact, it was Shahreen who's played that. And she's played her straight down the ground in the gap, and that's gone for 4.
That ball was traveling from the moment it was struck. Wonderfully struck by Shireen. She does cover all her 3 stumps. In fact, you can see a little bit of leg stump from behind her.
Yeah, that can also say and prove that she's a very onside dominated player. She likes to play a lot of shots across.
Does love the bottom hand.
Sachini, after starting well, has just leaked some runs in this 3rd over.
But Shoaib, what's been interesting considering Bahrain is that they haven't leaked a lot of extras. They gave as many as probably 25 extras yesterday. And today they've kept it very, very tight. Majority of those extras came in the second part of the first innings.
Well, that's a vast and major improvement from the Bahraini bowlers. And initially, oh, that's a good try. Very good try. But couldn't get hold of the ball. That's gone towards the cow corner, the mid-wicket area for 2 runs. But the definitely interested. It was Fuller, played up in the air. And almost there. Good effort from the fielder. That's going down leg and will be called a wide. We talked about extras, Pranav, and suddenly there is one just for you.
They bowled 19 wides and 5 no balls yesterday. That's an area they would love to improve on. It is Sachini bowling a 3rd over, last over of the power play. Suddenly Shireen is looking very comfortable. She's looking to play her shots. She's already at 12 of 16. A very, very decent strike rate. And what's good is she's looking to play down the ground with the straight bat, even though she's a bottom hand player. Catching opportunity there, that's dropped, that's dropped. You cannot be doing that. That is criminal. Sachini would just be questioning the fielder, what have you done here? That was my first wicket. And you've just given it away.
Yes, that was a chance. Should have been taken. Everybody was keen. Oh, she just misjudged the catch. And an opportunity gone down the drain. 6 overs gone. Power play was up 25 without loss. So 6 overs, 25 without loss at a current run rate of 4.17. Qatar are 25 and they haven't lost a wicket. So that's a big plus. Taranga Gajanayake comes in to bowl, the skipper of Bahrain. And with that bowling change, there's a change in the com box as well. Joining me now is Suresh. Suresh, good morning.
Very good morning to you, Shoaib. Thanks for welcoming me.
So Bahrain and Qatar, you were here yesterday as well, Suresh. Give us your insights about both these teams. What do you think?
Right, it's a big learning curve for both the teams. And in fact, the Taranga Gajaranka, who is the captain of Bahrain, she was the pick of the bowler yesterday. And in fact, I was waiting for her to come on the bowling. And I'm expecting some, action on the field now. But as of now, Qatar at 25 for the loss of no 0 wicket.
Oh, that's a mix-up there. Could be a run-out. Yes, no, and finally they make it in the end. So Taranga Gajanayake, the captain, is leading from the front. She played well yesterday, and Suresh here in the combos is expecting a similar performance from her.
Yes, she seems to be in a pink of her form. Yesterday she bowled 4 overs, conceded just 18 runs and took 3 crucial wickets. So she seems to be in a good touch, and I'm sure her teammates expecting a similar performance or even better performance than yesterday.
Yes, Taranga Gajanayake, the pick of the bowlers for Bahrain, and for Qatar, it's Shaheen who's played really well yesterday, scored some 20-odd runs against UAE. She looked good. So that's an interesting contest. That's played high up in the air. Will land safely. And they'll get another single.
Yes, Shoaib. There is a much improvement from the Qatari women's as well. Yesterday, they were little hesitant butterfly, the first match of the tournament. But today, Qatar seems to be a better settled side. They have started slowly, patiently, but a solid start, 27 for no loss. What do you think of now? What should be their strategy, Shoaib?
Well,
from the Qatari batters?
I think they're doing pretty well. 6 overs, 24, 27 with a run rate of 3.95 seems to be a good start. And they are taking those singles. They should continue to do what they're doing. And if they can manage to keep that run rate around the 15th over, they will have the freedom to go out and score some runs freely in the last 5. 7 overs gone, 28 for no loss, Qatar. So 7 overs, 28 without loss. That's the batting card for Qatar. Shaheen and Hiral, the opening batters, are out there in the middle. Shaheen on 15 of 19. And Hiral has had a slow start, 8 of 23 deliveries. Another spinner being brought into the attack, Suresh. So spin from both ends for Bahrain.
Rasainka Hirat from the near end. So Qatar going ahead with the twin spin attack.
Yes, that's right.
Misfield. Qatari
Bahrain.
women managed to steal a couple of runs.
Yes, it's Bahrain who's got the 2 spinners bowling in tandem. It's Rasangika Herath with the cap, leg spinner. Oh, that's a high full toss and has been played along the carpet. Did well, Hiral, to keep it down the ground. We'll have to wait and watch if that's given a no ball. Yes, it is. So that's been given for the height. It was waist height. It was almost on the helmet. That means it will be a free hit.
Yes, it's not only she conceded the run, the batter gets the additional ball.
And now the batter gets a chance to play the free hit without any fear of getting dismissed. That was a much better ball, flighted and almost a yorker. Nothing much Shahreen can do about it. Will only get a single.
A good comeback by Rasinka Herat, bowling straight to the stumps at the toe line.
Well, that's a very good ball, but not the greatest of fielding. It was in the hands and out of it. They're looking for two, but will again settle for one. Bahrain has to field well if they want to put pressure on Qatar, because as of now they're cruising around 4-5 runs and over. Qatar will be very happy with the start that they've got.
Absolutely, Shoaib. In fact, the Bahraini women must be looking out for a break now at this moment because they are well aware. Bahrain having a wickets in hand, they can go for a big strikes in the last 5 to 7 overs. So they would be more than happy to get a wicket here.
Yes, and you'll not get wickets on wide. Please have to be more consistent. Of course, leg spin bowling is not an easy art. It's one of the toughest arts to be bowling as a bowler, to pick up leg spin as a bowling option.
Certainly, Shoaib, because leg spin needs a lot of control.
End of the over, or just one more ball to go. Qatar have managed to get to 36 without loss. Last ball still left. It's been an expensive over. 8 runs already in this over from Rasangika. Takes the outside edge and will reach the third man fielder. Another run will be added to the total. 8 overs gone. The score is 36 without loss. So 4 bowlers have been used so far. Pavitra Shetty and Sachin Jayasinghe, Sachini, have bowled 3 overs each. Tharanga and Rasangika have bowled 1 over apiece. 8 extras and the score is 36 without loss.
I think, Shoaib, this is the high time for Qatari batters to show some intention, some with aggressive shots, speed up the scoring rate.
Yes, definitely they should avoid lesser dot balls and try to at least take those 6-7 runs and over from here on. With the 2 batters well set, I'm sure that's not a problem for Qatar. They should be able to do it. Tharanga Gajanayake, the skipper, has decided to continue with a second over.
At least a runner ball with an odd boundary should help Qatari batsmen. That's gone. That's gone. Taranga stuck again, continuing with her yesterday form.
Well, the batter is not moving because the umpire has signaled a no ball. We'll have to wait to get some more clarification. I think it's the fielders. They had 4 fielders. They need to have 4 fielders inside the circle.
My God, this is the basic error. Let's
The 4 fielders were not inside the circle. and hence no free hit. This one has been played straight down the ground.
What I like about Tananga Gajanaike is she is keeping very simple, straight, bowling to the wickets, not giving enough room to the batters to score freely.
Yes, he's been very consistent with her line and length, and she's not afraid to flight the ball as well. So without offering pace, it's not easy for the batters to hit.
Absolutely, Shoaib.
This time it's played along the ground. They will scamper through. What a life Hiral has got. She's got a lucky escape, and she must try to capitalize on it now.
We are almost at half stage, like 40 for no loss, 9th over in progress, and a long batting lineup to come. A good stop.
Yes. Kajanayake has been economical as well, and she almost got a wicket for her team. But if there's anybody to blame, it's the skipper, who was also bowling at that time. She has to make sure that her fielders are in the right place and check the field positions for every ball.
Completely agree with you, Shoaib. Another dot ball.
Hiral and Shahreen Nawab Khan Bahadur. Shahreen is at least scoring at a pace, 18 of 22. This time aggressive route. There is a fielder at deep mid wicket for that shot. So another run will be added, and that's the end of over number 9. Qatar are 41 for no loss.
Right. Shoaib, I strongly feel the Qatari batter should go now a little aggressive, because Sachi Dhadawal is yet to come for the batting, and she was the pick of the batter yesterday, and she scored 27 runs of 36 balls.
Nine overs, Qatar 42 for 1, and Herath continues. Rasangika Herath reminds us of Rangana Herath from Sri Lanka. Left arm orthodox spinner, a legend.
A very familiar and common a family name coming from Sri Lankan community.
Oh, that's a very good ball. I think that's the best ball Herath has bowled in this match so far. Everything right about it. Regulation leg spin, pitching outside off, getting some turn and missing the off stump. That will give her a lot of confidence. What will not give her confidence is that bye that they have conceded, an extra run.
Right, Shoaib. I could see the ball, the last ball was, kept little low. Interesting to see how the pitch behaves as the match progresses.
Looking for two and will get them comfortably.
Good to see Qatari batters' intention now. They are trying to score on every ball now. At least they are trying a single and couple on each and every delivery from here onwards.
This has been a good over in terms of the line and lengths that Amerat has bowled. And she's also getting some turn, but the fielding has been very ordinary from Bahrain. That's one department they would want to better themselves.
A fielder needs to back up their bowlers, and making sure the batter remains on strike with a series of dot ball that will create additional pressure, and that would lead to a wicket. Because Qatar is yet to, take any, sorry, I beg your pardon, Bahrain is yet to take any wicket now. Qatar still at 46 at no loss.
That's played straight down again. Good running. End of over number 10, is it? Yes, it is. The score is 47 for no loss.
Yesterday when I listened, halfway mark, Qatar at 47 for 0. At the end of 10th over, change in bowling, change in comebacks. Pranav Mehta replacing Shoaib. Welcome, Pranav.
Thank you very much, Suresh. What a pleasure. Replacing somebody with the caliber of Shoaib is never going to be easy. It is Swarna who is going to be coming into the attack. The number 3 for Bahrain. Looks like she's going to be bowling some off spin. Shaheen has been very, very impressive. Wonder what is the delay for? There was an action-packed ball. Is that what I would like to call that as? Very, very wide. Would have been called a wide. Shaheen went after it. There was a catch drop at covers from number 7. And then a run out opportunity. Wow.
Shireen was lucky, in fact, not once but twice. She wasn't only dropped, but she escaped a near run out as well.
That ball did ricochet off Swarna. Swarna's leg looks like she's fine. That's a strong lady there. That ball did impact at a decent pace. Bahrain is looking to get the field right. Keeping it slow is Swarna. Shaheen has been very impressive. She's got 20 and she will get another run of the overthrow. 22 of 26. That's a very, very good strike rate. Hiril needs to get going on the other hand. She is 19 of 39. If she can accelerate a little bit, probably with a couple of boundaries, that could be pretty decent.
Right. Pranav, you were here yesterday for the Qatar match. And I'm happy to see the change in their strategy, because they at least now at 51 for a loss of 0 wicket, and still Sachi to come into bat. And Shireen herself is going strong. I think what do you feel like? What should be their strategy from now?
I
They have
mean,
plenty of wickets in their hand, all wickets intact.
I agree. I agree, Suresh. It's obviously a different side that they're playing today. Oman is a very, very strong and balanced side. They did test the batting lineup of Qatar. Today, not so the case. Bahrain haven't been spot on. They have many areas where they can work on room, on improvements. I believe that if they can work, that's a wide. If they can work around the 5-6 area mark for the next 10 overs, get another 60, get closer to 120, that would be an achievement. That would be a milestone achieved, and they would be in a very, very comfortable position from there.
Right, that will give them a competitive score to defend when they come to ball as a very good running between the wickets. Missed it again. Too close. The bowler couldn't able to collect the ball neatly, and Qatari batter could manage to complete 2 runs.
It's a game of nerves, and Bahrain, Qatar are not able to hold on to them. I beg your pardon, Bahrain are not able to hold on to them. And in meantime, it is Hiral who is looking to attack. Swarna have taken a few. Should have been run out, but wasn't the case.
Interesting to see the short mid wicket, being kept there to prevent this single, right? But unfortunately, it's second or the third time the ball is traveling there. The fielder couldn't able to pick it up clearly, and that converted them into single run. But the strategy seems to be good from the Bahraini side.
It is Pavitra who is there at short mid wicket. She hasn't been clinical. Herat will continue. Oh, that is an opportunity. And that has to be a run out. Rasangana Herat said, I have to take the matters in my hand. I am not going to rely on anyone else. It is a direct hit from Rasanga Herat that will get the first wicket of Qatar, and it will be the back of Hiral. It was a catching opportunity.
Middle of the pitch, and there was no way she could return back.
Sorry. That was a brilliant effort from Rasangika Herat. She did drop that half an opportunity of her own bowling, but she did get the run out. A direct hit. It is Aisha who walks in to replace Hiral. Qatar are one down.
Interesting to see Aisha walking in at 1 down. Because yesterday it was Sachi, and who did pretty well, scoring 27 runs. Maybe I expect Aisha can hit a few blows. That could be their strategy.
I was also looking forward to Sashi coming in. She was very, very impressive. Oh, that's a leg spinner. She's mixing it. She's doing well there. Rasangika Herat. Very, very well controlled leg spin. Another misfield. If it was extras which broke the back of Bahrain yesterday, it is the fielding. They were so impressive in the field yesterday.
A very disciplined bowling by Rasanginka Herat, sticking to her line, bowling to the stumps, giving not enough room to any batters. Aisha opened her account with this single that brings Shireen back on strike.
Shireen is looking to go big. She is in the mood, in the zone, and that was in the range as well. Probably a little bit of a edge. Goes past the wicket keeper. That's umpire signaling it as buys.
That means there was no bat.
Absolutely. Very, very impressed by Rasangika Herat. Very accurate. Loves to flight it.
Oh, missed it. A well flighted delivery. Aisha wanted to clear the field. Went for a big boundary, straight to the fielder. It was a simple drop catch.
Fielding hasn't been pretty good here from Bahrain. It's 12 overs, 60 for 1. The pitcher says it all. They are hurt.
So at the end of 12 overs, Qatar has 60 for the loss of 1 wicket. It could have been 2 if the last ball would have been caught by the fielder at mid wicket.
Suresh, it could have been 5. They've lost a lot of opportunities.
A fielder needs to support their bowlers.
Sashi Dadwal was the batsman who came in at first drop. She scored 27 of 36 with 4 boundaries. Today it is Aisha who's come in. Oh, that was another catching opportunity. Gone down. A tough one though. Swarna is taking a few blows. She did take 3 or 4 of them in the last over, and she's continued to take them.
Shireen still holding one end.
With a few heavy breaths there. She is tired. She's been there for 12 overs. She's looking for a boundary here.
Going down the line, trying to hit it hard, but couldn't connect.
What is often the case is that every time a batsman is tired, he is trying to capitalize and make it count, make it big, and that's what results in the downfall of the batter. That's a beautiful picturesque Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. Down the leg, that's a wide. That's another extra. Bahrain are leaking runs here.
Swarna losing her line. Till now, Bahrain has conceded 8 wides and a no ball. 9 wides, including this one. So almost 10 additional runs, and not only the runs, 10 additional balls as well. they need to cap this to restrict Qatar to the decent total so that they can defend it while coming to the bat.
I agree, Suresh, but these are early days. Both these teams would be seeing this tournament as an opportunity to get exposure, a much needed exposure for their upcoming talents.
Certainly, Pranav. And I've been seeing the change, in the approach, in their intention compared to yesterday match from both the sides, Qatari as well as Bahraini side. If you look at Qatar, they are making sure they have a good solid start, not losing too many wickets and trying to rotate the strike. Unlike yesterday, they were mostly were waiting for the boundaries to come. Another hit through the mid-wicket area for a couple of runs. Easily picked up.
Shireen is struggling there. A lot of heavy breaths. Look at that. It will be 66 for 1 at the end of 13 overs. Shireen is exhausted. It isn't a normal winter day. The summers are just joining hands.
Interesting to see who comes up for bowling now. Taranga still have 2 overs. She has just considered 8 runs. Yesterday she was pick of the bowler. Today no wicket in her kitty, but she still have 2 more to go. And Swarna, she bowled 2, considered 13 runs. And Pavitra, Sachini and Rasenka Herat, they still have 1 over each. So let's see how the Taranga moves her bowling from here onwards.
That's beautifully played, backward of point.
Oh, they could manage to steal 2 runs. A very good running between the wickets by Qatari batters.
Shireen is feeling the heat. But for the sake of the team, she needs to hang in there. It's just over 6 overs in the first innings. She's set. It was cheeky there. If that hit the stumps, she was gone. It was a goner. There's a point that I would like to highlight, Suresh. I've seen the development of Oman cricket and how employees have transformed into professional cricketers. What I mean is, people come in on jobs to these countries and their first priority is jobs. They might be brilliant cricketers, but they are not professional cricketers. Means their priority is at work or other commitments. Over the years, I've seen these players transform. Brilliant piece of fielding there at mid-wicket. Over the years, I've seen them devoting majority of their time and becoming professional cricketers. Similar is the case with many of these ladies here. They are brilliant cricketers, but they are not professional cricketers. With time, that is what will come in. This will be a boundary here. Aisha is looking dangerous.
A well-needed boundary for Qatari batters. Aisha is looking into aggressive mode. The moment she came for the batting, and her intention was to score a run at a fast runs at all for the fielder.
She's looking good.
Down the leg side, again spraying to her pads and utilizing the whole leg stump, and it's again another back-to-back boundaries for Qatar. Aisha on fire now.
Oh my God, Suresh, I thought that was the replay of the previous delivery. An exactly similar shot, and this time it's another boundary. Aisha has got 2 consecutive boundaries. Qatar are 78 for 1 at the end of 14 overs.
Aisha at 15 of 12 balls. Shireen still holding 26 of 32 balls. A good small partnership building up between Aisha and Shireen. So the run rate picking up for Qatar with these last couple of back-to-back boundaries. Current run rate at 5.6. 6 more overs to go. Plenty of wickets in hand for Qatar. And if they go at this rate, the projected score, they should end up scoring somewhere around 110 to 120.
You would be mighty happy with 110, 120. That was the leading edge, closing the face of the bat a little too early. Will get only a single there.
And that was the reason. Interesting to see Aisha coming up the order in place of Sachini yesterday. And she is proving that why she is here. Scoring 15 runs of 12 balls. Aisha.
Shireen is exhausted. She's been here for a long phase. Aisha is looking to go big. The ball will fall in no man's land, and they will try a second and get it pretty comfortably. There was a little bit of collusion.
Shireen is looking absolutely tired.
She's exhausted and she's down on the ground. She will get up. She has to be fighting. The hand on the hip is the sign that she's exhausted. She's feeling the heat.
Pranav, I'm so happy to see the commitment, and the fight Shireen is showing. She seems to be very tired and totally out of, energy. But still, she is trying, giving her best, and not leaving the field.
For sure. Suresh, she is a fighter. She understands that her country, her team needs her to stand up and fight.
What a commitment.
Aisha is looking to dominate here. She's 18 or 14. That's a catching opportunity. Oh, she juggles. And she does get it at the end. There will be a little bit of celebration. It's a subdued celebration, but that catch did deserve a lot of cheers. A lot of high fives. Look at that brilliant catch there by the bowler.
Finally, Taranga Gajanaike could manage to get the wicket. Look at this. She kept it. She kept trying to land on the third attempt. She could manage to grab it. It's not easy, Pranav, to, when you are bowling and you are getting a return catch, cotton ball, it looks simple, but it's not.
That ball was traveling just to get her hands in line. Itself is an achievement, and then to hold on is a very, very big achievement. She is a star, and that catch requires a lot of recognition. It's going to be going viral all over the social media. I assure you that. That's a brilliant piece of catch. What a catch was that by Gajnaike. It is Sachi who is coming to replace Aisha. Sachi Dadwal.
Interesting to see what kind of approach Sachi approach now. Qatar 83 for 2. 15th over in progress.
stance from Sachi. She's run and a shuffle. Brilliantly, she does sweep it. The intensity.
What an effort. Look at the fielding effort shown by Bahrain. They are giving everything, throwing themselves.
That was Pavitra. She did mess up a few earlier in this innings, but on this occasion she was spot on. Qatar are 84 for 2 in 15 overs. Sachi Dadwal plays just like an experienced campaigner. She's got a lot of technique right. She does shuffle, stands a couple of stumps or maybe a stump outside leg stump and then shuffles in. Look at that, 2 stumps at least outside the leg stump. And here's where she'll shuffle and then she's been pretty good. Shireen is not interested in a single there. There wasn't one though.
Deepika back into attack. Bowling down the leg stump. Bahrain team should avoid this. Giving freebies. Another 1 run added to the tally of Qatar.
Deepika needs to, she's a death over specialist. She did pretty well yesterday. Oh, that was another half chance. She does keep it a tight line. The only way Bahrain are going to be restricting the runs flow is by seeing the back of Shireen and Sachi pretty quickly. Can Deepika? But currently she's not getting a line right. Shireen is not looking for that single there. She's telling Sachi, hold on, I've got this.
Spraying on leg stump. What I feel, Pranav, is they should keep it very simple. Just bowl to the wickets and let batsmen do the error.
For sure, Shireen would do an error. Sooner or later, she is tired. But when she connects like that, there is not much that the bowling team can do. Will get only a single. This is what is costing. They will have to take on the throw. If the shot is equal to 1 run, the throw should be another 1. This is what Oman got pretty right yesterday.
Interesting to see their approach now because they're almost in the 16th over, 4 more to go after this. Yes, finally, Deepika, as I was saying, just keep it stump to stump line, and she did the same, and she was rewarded for that.
It is Sachi Dadwal who has lost the wicket, and it is Deepika who has been tied. She did bowl in the death yesterday, and she has the back of the very, very talented Sachi. Look how focused she is, trying to hit it across the line, manufacture something that was not there. She's just come into the crease, and she will have to depart.
Pranav, it is interesting to see now new batter walking in at the fall of this wicket of Sachi. What Sherin's strategy should be, what she will do, what she must be thinking now. Should she go all out now, or she still hold for an over or 2, because still 4 overs to go.
Qatar are 88 for 3 in 15.4. There's just over 4 overs to go. I feel that if the new batter can get in for a couple of deliveries, maybe 4-5 deliveries, rotate the strike back to Shireen, let her take the initiative, that would be the ideal strategy. And then obviously they have to get going very, very quickly.
Carey comes into bat. Another good delivery, right into the stumps. Carey defending it.
Very, very compact there was Carey.
Carey, vice captain of Qatar. A full ball couldn't manage to connect. Another dot ball. So at the end of 16 overs, Qatar 88 for the loss of 3 wickets after a successful over of Deepika Bhaskar.
It will be Shireen facing the first ball of the 17th over. A lot of appeals. The keeper had the other glove in her hand when the throw was made. It's always difficult to be keeping wickets. You have to have your eye on every possible thing that is happening and possible prospect opportunities as well. Taranga is bowling well. 3.1 overs, 1 for 14.
I think the Carey will go for big shots now. She tried to cut through the point, but could manage only single run. A good stop at the point. That brings Shireen back to the strike.
Taranga has looked very, very good. She did get that catch in the previous over.
I think this one should be converted into 2 because Carey was, almost at the half pitch for the second run. As Shireen is tired, she said no, she sent her back. So they have to finally settle for a single.
110 was what they were looking at initially. But with the current situation, probably they would be looking to get 5 or 10 extra. They're well set there. They will have to do a little bit of running here. Boundaries are not coming in.
I think Shireen should go for boundaries now. Well tossed ball. A good loop. Guided to the mid-off area for a single run. That brings Carey back to the strike. At least a boundary per over from here onwards for now.
Agreed, Suresh, but in the entire almost 17 overs bowled, there are only 4 boundaries that have been struck. Carey is pushing in. That should be a goner. If Shireen was going to be getting out, this is how she would be getting out. She was looking very, very good. All that matters was she was tired, she was exhausted, she was there from ball 1 of the first innings. And a wonderful piece of fielding by Taranga. Very, very smart to flick it back.
Carey wanted to crack through the mid-wicket, but taking the thick edge ball going through the third man backward point and could only manage single. But hats off to Shireen efforts. She was that tired, but she kept pushing her, finally losing her way via run out. She departs at 31 of 38 balls.
For sure, Suresh, it was definitely all credits to Taranga Gajnaike, who flicked the ball. Shireen was definitely not expecting the ball at her end. She was running to the far end, but it was a quick flick back by Gajnaike that resulted in a departure.
What should be the target? Qatar management must be thinking now. 3 overs more to go. Qatar at 94 for 4.
With the way Deepika has been bowling, runs have been very difficult to get. They have only been able to get singles and doubles. I would really expect them to be running very, very hard in this final 18 deliveries.
Again, an average fielding which helped Qatar to steal one more extra run. It's not only one additional run, but that brings Carey back to the strike. And the way she is trying to hit the ball, she has hit almost most of the balls out of the inner circle, although she is yet to get a boundary. But I'm sure in due course of time she would be successful because her intention is to go over the fielder, over the inner circle. And it's just a matter of time. Let's see Deepika's strategy. What does she do now? Very good ball. Keeping it very simple, straight to the stumps. Ball keeping little low this time.
Deepika has been very, very accurate. A lot of action packed in that ball. First, the impact was outside the off stump. Deepika was appealing for leg before. And just when the throw was coming in towards her end, she collided with the stumps, and which resulted in the overthrow.
And not only again one additional run, but that brings Carey back to the strike. A very good hit through the mid wicket by Carey. This is what Pranav I was saying. She is going all out now, and finally she could manage to fetch a boundary for herself and her team that takes Qatar total to 101.
It was the demand of the situation, and she does supply. It was Carey who hits Deepika right in front of square for a brilliant boundary. That is Empire Navneethan Krishnan and Samir Parker informing Carey about the danger area. She cannot be going into the danger area.
And she is acknowledging that.
That will be the first and final warning. The next time she travels in that area, 5 penalty runs would be awarded to the other team. And this warning would, oh, that's gone through her legs. It won't travel to the boundary. It won't have the legs, but they will get 3 for that. Brilliant running between the wickets by Qatar.
Ordinary fielding again. Bahrain fielder need to support their bowlers. The singles getting converted into 3 runs. So this time not 1 but additional 2 runs. With this Carey moves to 13 of 9 balls.
It is Angeline. Oh, that was a catching opportunity for Deepika. A tough one though, but yes, a catch is a catch. And an opportunity missed is how it would be seen in the books.
It was hit hard, Pranav.
For sure, no two thoughts about that. But at this level, she is going to be expected. She will be expected to catch that in the future. She's bowling well though, keeping it tight. Singles is something.
So at the end of 18 overs, Qatar had 106 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. The most successful over for Qatar, it was 16 runs over,
12 runs.
12 run overs. That is the most successful over of the innings so far for Qatar. The current run rate now moving near to 6 and now over. Still 2 more to go. A score of around 120 would be very good to defend.
If at the start of the innings, if you offered them with 120 runs, they would take it any given day. 120 is a very, very competitive score in women's cricket.
Very happy to see Qatar batter's approach today. They started it very, very solidly, very cautiously, and then slowly building up the inning. A good contribution by their top order batters and a good finish. Carey still on the crease with Angeline.
Carey is looking good. She's looking destructive. That will be a catching opportunity. It will fall short of Taranga at mid-wicket. It was the leading edge.
Bahrain strike bowler Pavitra Shetty back into attack. It was interesting to see last ball, Pranav. Was it the pace of the ball or this ball kept very low?
Closing the face of the bat too early is what I would like to say. You have to provide the full face of the bat even if you're playing cross-batted shots. Maximum opportunity.
Down to the leg stumps on her pad this time, guiding to the sheer leg for a single run.
Another addition to the extras. This time not the fault of the bowler. This will be the fault of the bowler. She is straight down the leg. What I've noticed is one area where Bahrain would be looking to work on is that bowlers need to bowl in a single spell, because every time they've bowled and they've come back, their body hasn't been as warm as they started off with, and then that is when they start leaking extras, because that's the only another wide, because that's the only possible analysis of this situation is what I'm able to get, because there is no other reason why bowlers would not be bowling extras in the first 10 overs and bowling extras in the last 10.
Certainly, Pranav, I fully agree with you. See, this is what I was saying, Pavitra. She needs to change her line to the off stump. Just bowl to the stumps area and you will get your rewards.
If I was the captain, I would be very happy with those 2 wides if it is followed by a wicket, and that too of Carey, who was looking very, very dangerous. There was a gap between the bat and pad. She was looking for the big heave, and that is what Pavitra extracted. The ball to the timber, and that's the back of Carey. Qatar are 110 for 5 in 18.3.
Still 9 balls to bowl.
It will be Rizpa who will be replacing Carey. 9 balls to go. The way she's coming in, the way she's taking strike, looks like she's a big, big striker. She's holding the bat just like how the traditional gada would be held. It was a weapon.
In Indian mythology.
Indian mythology.
A good straighter one by Pavitra, just guiding it for a single to the covers area, bringing Angeline back to the strike. Rishpa came down the order yesterday, Pranav, at number 10. She faced just 4 balls, but she could manage to get one boundary.
I agree. That is what would have got the management thinking about sending her. Meanwhile, it is Angeline who started off with covering her stumps and then making room. Although the strike was still on the leg side. Pavitra Shetty is holding a line. She's bowling stumps to stump. She's bowled a brilliant spell. 3.5, 1 for 15. She just needs to finish it well. The icing on the cake.
My God. The moment Pranav you said, she should finish it well, she sprayed down the leg one more time. I think this is the third or fourth time in this over. 1, 2, 3. 3 wide balls she has given. When she is bowling to her line, to the stumps area or offside the stump, she looks unplayable. Again going down the line, but this time hitting the batter pad. And a quick single by Qatar that moves them to 114 for the loss of 5 wickets. One more over to go.
Hundred and 14 for 5 is where Qatar stands with 1 over to go. It will be Swarna who will be bowling the final over. The number 3 for Bahrain. That's gone through her legs. That was very, very slow. Rispov could have probably swung the bat 5 times and still she would have an opportunity. But she misses it. She waited, and she couldn't get connection. The gap between both the pads is where the ball found its way to the stumps. What a wicket is that? Rispa will be departing.
A well-flighted delivery. Pranav, I think she was beaten in the air because the ball was looping and her bat went so quickly.
Rispa will depart for 1 of 3. Swarna will be credited with the wicket. A few late blows is what has brought Bahrain back into the game. Qatar were looking very, very dominating, but they haven't been able to capitalize as much as they would have wanted with those wickets in hand. At one point of time, they were looking good to get over 135, 140. But then Bahrain came back fighting, picking up wickets. It is Swarna bowling her third over. It is the final over of the first innings.
Alina Khan on the crease now. A well-flighted delivery again, racked it through the mid-wicket for a couple of runs. The fielder chasing the ball to stop the boundary. Finally, she could manage, and Qatar has to settle down for 2 runs. But a good strike. Coming, facing fast ball, racking it through the mid-wicket to get couple of runs.
For sure, Suresh, there was a shuffle. It's so good to see the technique being implemented correctly. Making a base is so important. That's what she's doing right. Stepping it down the track this time. Though it will take only the inside half of the bat to get a single. and get off strike. That will bring Angeline on strike with just 3 balls to go. Angeline has to be looking for a boundary. She's come out of her crease. She wants to get to the pitch of the ball. There is a lot of flight. It's down the leg. Wide signaled by umpire Navneethan Krishnan. He's a very, very, very experienced umpire. Rarely is a moment where he makes a mistake. Accurate as an arrow, hitting the bullseye.
I'm sure, Pranav, Bahrain coach and the management team must be taking a note of this additional extra Fabi's run. Till now, Bahrain has bowled 16 wide balls and 2 no balls. So total 18 runs given away, not only the runs, but the 18 ball. It's almost 3 overs. So that means Qatar batters batted for 23 overs.
Agreed, Suresh. But there is already signs of improvement from where they were yesterday. And I'm sure with time, things are going to be much, much better. This is an eye-opener to where they are right now, where they have reached and where they want to be. There will be a lot of analysis that will happen at the end of this tournament. A lot of players will have their self-analysis as well.
Another wide ball. Swarna need to finish this quickly. Just keeping it simple. Ball to the stumps. And whenever she did, she got the wicket. She was rewarded for that. Good lofted delivery. Playing through the mid-off area for a single. A comfortable single for Qatar.
121 is where Qatar is at. They would be pretty satisfied with that number on board, 120 plus. Angeline will be facing the final delivery from Swarna, who bowls slow off spinners. That won't be the final delivery though. It will be declared as wide by umpire Navneethan Krishnan. The final ball will have to be re-bowled. Swarna would love to finish with a wicket. Can she get one? Angeline would love a boundary. Stepping down the wicket and charging it right over the bowler. This ball is travelling. It will be cut off. There is a run-out opportunity. The appeal is made, but in vain. Qatar will get important 2 runs. Qatar will finish at 124 for 6 in their allocated 20 overs. Alina and Angeline will give a fist 5. They will be mighty happy. Bahrain will also not be too disappointed. 124 is something they would consider chaseable.
Qatar could manage to grab 10 runs in the final over. And finally settling down at 124 for 6. A good competitive score. It will be interesting to see when Bahrain comes into bat after a break, their approach to chase this 124, 125 to win this match.
That's all from us here in the com box. We'll see you after the break for the chase. That's the batting card for Qatar. Shahreen 31 of 38, Hiral Agarwal 22 of 42, run out by Herat. Aisha 18 of 15 and Kerry Ponset 12 of 11 were the major scorers. Yes, the extras column, 28 extras in total did impact. Qatar 124 for 6 in their allocated 20 overs. What a brilliant act of batting was that. That is the bowling card for Bahrain. It is Deepika Bhaskara, Swarna, Nuna, Taranga Gajnaike and Pavitra Shetty getting a wicket apiece. The economies are not too worryable. Everyone between 4 and 7, pretty acceptable. But the extras column once again there, 28 extras is what would be worrying them. So, brilliant action from both sides. They have been putting in their best foot forward and fighting it. 125 is what Qatar would require, is what Bahrain would require in the second innings. That's it from us here in the com box. We'll see you on the other side of the action. Welcome back. It is Dafa News presents GCC T20 Women's Championship here in Oman. What an interesting day too it is. It is Bahrain versus Qatar. What a wonderful game have we witnessed. It is Qatar who scored 124 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in their allocated 20 overs. Shaheen was the pick of the batsmen, 31 of 38. Well supported by Hiral, Aisha and Kerry. And it was Angeline and Alina who finished it off for Qatar. 28 extras is what Bahrain conceded. Lot of support there. It was Pavitra Shetty, Taranga Gajnaike, Swarna Dunna and Deepika Bhaskara picking up a wicket apiece. But those extras will be the worrying column, 28 of them. Pretty decent economy from most bowlers. 125. Few final words from the coach and the support staff. What do you think, Shoaib? Obviously, I have to introduce you. We have Shoaib Ahmed, the very experienced Shoaib Ahmed, alongside me. It was such a pleasure to have you. Welcome.
Thank you, Pranav. Well, interesting first innings. Qatar will feel that they've got a good score on the board. And as you rightly pointed out, the extras have been a big concern for Bahrain. Had that not been that number of 28, Qatar would have definitely found themselves struggling up there in the middle. But because of those extras, Qatar will feel that they have a very good chance of winning this game if they can put some early pressure and take some early wickets against Bahrain. The two umpires are out there in the middle, and the Qatari team is also walking out. As we see, they are very relaxed, very happy that they've been able to score that 124, apologies. That's the score that they've managed to get, and they will feel that if they can get some early wickets, Bahrain will be under pressure.
For sure, Qatar has to be a happy side there. 124 is just above par. They would be very content and very satisfied with what they have on board. And with that scoreboard pressure, they should be looking to restrict Bahrain. Well shot. Obviously, net run rate is something they would also consider. It's a 6-nation tournament. Oman, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE and Bahrain. Oman and UAE, the two very, very experienced sides. A lot of people on the social media have already declared them as the finalists. But this is the game of cricket. A lot is expected to happen. It'll be Angeline opening the bowling for Qatar. Wide down the leg. Umpire Navneet and Krishnan signalling that the first ball will have to be rebowled.
Yes, Angeline Mayer, the opening bat bowler for Qatar, coming around the wicket. The umpires just making sure everything is in order before they start. While Taranga Gajanayake, the skipper,
Swinging it into Gajnaike is Angeline. A very, very different action is what Angeline holds, the number 14 for Qatar. How elegant are lefties.
oh yes, Taranga has a very distinct batting action. A lot like Sangakkara from Sri Lanka.
If we speak to her, I'm sure she would consider calling Sangakkara as one of her role models. That was in the slot, won't get runs.
Well, that was a full toss, a juicy full toss. She could have played it anywhere. All she could do was play it straight to the mid-on fielder. So a lucky escape again for Angeline. She's been bowling a lot more fuller than what she would want herself to be bowling. That's in the slot, high up in the air. That's a good shot, clearing the infield, and will go all the way for 4 runs. So the first boundary off the bat of Gajanayake, the skipper. She's taking the charge and leading the team from the front.
Gajanayake is surely saying that if you do not let me pierce the field, I will cross over it, hitting it over the top of the bowler. She's had a couple of views at Angeline, and there she declares war. An appeal from the wicketkeeper. Gajanayake was nowhere around it, looking to cut the ball. If Qatar can just hold on to their fielding, they should be able to restrict this. Bahrain have been very, very mediocre in the field. A long off is already into place after that first strike. Bahrain are 6 for no loss at the end of first over. It'll be Hiral Agarwal bowling from the near end. She'll be sharing the new ball with Angeline. The number 19 for Qatar does swing the ball.
So Hiral opens the bowling, opens the batting, and so does Taranga Gajanayake. That was high in the air. Aisha had a chance, half a chance maybe.
Gajanayake is in some mood here. She's looking to go after Qatari bowlers.
She's just trying to make use of the power play, and I think that's a good ploy, especially when you're chasing a score of around 120 upwards. You want to have a good solid start, and that is only possible if you can get the gaps or if you play over the fielders. And I think Gajanayake is trying to do the latter.
That'll be extras. Hiral needs to keep it tied. Rodrigo will be facing a first delivery.
Well, that's a dot ball and a lucky escape for Hiral because that was very close to that wide line.
Don't you think, Shoaib, the umpire was just about to signal a wide? His hands were going and then he just stopped.
And that was very close. Meanwhile, another single. Good field setup. They've got the fielders in the right place. Hiral will concede a single. 3 runs of 3 deliveries.
Hiral is a big plus to this Qatari side. Having an all-rounder is something that all teams would be looking forward to. In the slot, we'll get another single there. Gajanayake is looking to attack and looking to attack hard. And if it was Gajnaike who was looking to attack, this time it is Rodrigo. She will get her first boundary over mid-wicket. That ball was again in the slot and she had to just put it, and she has 4 runs to Rodrigo. What a shot was that?
Very well played. Important 4 runs for Bahrain, and they look to be chasing that total. At least the intent is there in the first 6 overs. They want to take the attack to the opposition. Another attempt to go for the big hit, but won't go all the way. They'll get 2 more.
Rodrigo and Gajnaike are looking to play their shots. At the end of 2 overs, Bahrain are in a very good position for 16 for no loss. It will be Angeline to continue the attack from the other end. We'll start off with a wide. Both the Qatari bowlers have kept the umpires busy. Extras is just not helping them. Looking to play her shots is Gajnaike, and she'll continue to do that. Getting a single to long on. Every ball that Gajnaike plays, she's looking to score runs. Positive intent is something that defines Gajnaike. We'll get Rodrigo on strike.
Yes, Rodrigo is on 7 of 4. Gajnaike 8 of 9. Needing 107 runs from here on, Bahrain, and they've got to a good start. Oh, that was another swing and a miss. Angeline continues. They're looking to try and keep the ball in that off stump and around the off stump area. This time the ball moving in. That has been played nicely towards the long on fielder. We'll just get another single. So that left hand, right hand combination definitely working for Bahrain. Gajnaike and Rodrigo both will be looking to stay at the crease in the middle for as long as possible, because that is what Qatar did. Their opening batters spent some time in the middle. Another good shot. This has been played fine, and the ball will race away towards the boundary for yet another 4. So Gajnaike is looking good. She is looking to capitalize on the loose deliveries and does the same this time again. Gets 4 more.
I'll tell you what, Shoaib, the Qatari batsmen were trying to stay in and spend some time, whereas the Bahraini batters are looking to score runs, and they're taking the match away from Qatar at the moment. They've got to 23 very quickly. Another nice shot. Would that be another boundary? Yes, it will be. That will be the second boundary of the over. Gajnaike is looking dangerous here.
Well, Angeline has been bowling a lot of full tosses, easy pickings for Gajnaike, clearing her front foot and placing it in the mid-wicket area. And the outfield here at Oman Cricket Academy is too fast. So once the ball clears the infield, it races away towards the boundary for 4.
Looking for a single. There is Gajnaike. Would be turned down.
And that will be the end of the over as well. An expensive over from Angeline. 3 overs gone, 27 for no loss.
It will be Aisha coming into the attack from the near end, taking the third man out.
So Aisha to be bowling. Right arm over the wicket. Starts off with a good ball, but the line is not where it's supposed to be. Will be called a wide, and one more run will be added to the total.
Extras is something that Qatar will have to focus on. They cannot be leaking extras. Very smooth action. That was not an appeal. Aisha is just having fun there, enjoying herself. That is what is expected from a professional player to do. Enjoy the profession. Swinging it into Rodrigo is Aisha. That did miss the stumps by a very, very small margin. Hands on head of Aisha. That expression says it all. That did swing and that did swing in late.
Well, after the wide, she's bowled well. She's got 2 dot balls, and yes, you're right, she's able to get some swing in the air with the white ball. This time shot, and it's been played towards mid-on. A one-handed effort, but they'll get it single.
Good fielding there at mid-on. Extending her right arm to make sure that it does not surpass the circle. Won't stop Rodrigo from getting a single though. Will get Gajnaike on strike. She's looking dangerous. 16 of 12. 16 of just 12 deliveries. If Gajnaike can make sure that she stays around till the 15th over, Bahrain would be in very good control. On the other hand, Qatari bowlers would be expected to bowl a tight line, stop leaking extras. There's a big appeal for caught behind. There's a very, very big appeal. The keeper is almost celebrating. Trupti, the keeper. Umpire Samir Parker, just not interested. Turns it down immediately.
There was some movement in the air, so the ball coming in and then just at the last moment shaping away from the left-handed Gajnaike. Again some swing in the air. This time she rocks on the back foot and has played that over long on. Will it go all the way? No, it won't. Just a single. And they reach 30 for no loss.
There's still a ball to go, says Samir Parker to Trupti, who was looking to change positions. She thought it's the end of over. Probably did not count the wide bowled by Aisha. And she'll continue to do so. Another wide from Aisha. Keeps Trupti at her initial position.
Well, from whatever we've seen of the bowlers of Qatar and Bahrain, both the teams have struggled to maintain a good line and length. They have been leaking runs in the form of extras, and that is one note that both the teams' coaches will be making. Will be making a hole in their diaries as we speak. Meanwhile, another chip towards square leg. They are looking for two and get there comfortably in the end. 4 overs gone. Bahrain are 33 for no loss. माइकी बंद है तब से. Four overs 33 without loss. Rodrigo and Gajanayake looking good, looking strong. 17 of 15 for Gajanayake and 11 of 10 for Rodrigo. This has been a very solid start from Bahrain. One that we wouldn't be expecting, but they have surprised us, and it's a pleasant surprise, I tell you. How long can they continue is the question. Rochelle comes into bowl. First ball was a dot ball. This ball has been played up and over. They are looking for two, but no, not a chance. And Rochelle does well to stop that.
Sherleen is the bowler for Qatar. She's expected to control the run flow. Wonder what she has in store. Rodrigo has looked good. She's looking to play shots. There is a run-out opportunity. Not so. Brilliant stop by Sherleen. One-handed. That ball was thrown pretty hard towards her. Rochelle Sherleen looks very good in whatsoever we have seen of her so far. Very, very, very good defense by the captain Gajnaike. She does realize that they have got off to a flyer. She just needs to hang in there. That's gone straight up. Can that be taken? Rochelle is a very, very good fielder. She has dropped it. Believe it or not. If it was her athleticism that we were appreciating a ball ago, she's dropped a sitter. And that too of Gajnaike. How much is this going to cost? That was a big heave on the leg side, went straight up of the leading edge. And Rochelle, it just went through her arms. And that expression of oh is all that says.
Well, that was a golden opportunity and another hit and a miss. Yes, that's a better shot that Rodrigo is practicing. But that was a chance, and Rochelle knows that they've dropped a very important catch. 5 overs gone. 35 without loss is the score.
That's Taranga Gajnaike 19 of 18 and Rasika Rodriguez 12 of 12. Getting Bahrain off to a flyer, 36 for no loss at the end of 5 overs. Very, very impressive. Those are the bowling options used by Qatar. Angeline Mary going for 17 of 2. Hiral Agarwal 10 of 1. Aisha 6 of 1. And Rochelle Sherleen being the pick of bowler. 3 runs in her last over. An opportunity which was created, which went begging. Qatar needs a partner here. Rochelle is going to be bowling a few overs, but who is going to be her partner? It's going to be Aisha continuing from the other end. This is the last over of the power play. Aisha needs to keep it tight. Gajnaike needs to hang in there. She's happy to play her shots. There is a run-out opportunity. Won't be so.
Bahrain at 37 for no loss, taking the full advantage of power play, going at current run rate of more than 7 an hour. A very solid start by Bahraini batters. Rasika 12 of 12 balls, Taranga Gajanaike 20. Another beautiful shot through the mid wicket for a boundary. The aggression shown by Bahrain batter Pranav today, it looks a totally different team today.
Absolutely fantastic. They are happy to play their shots. Rodrigo telling the captain that why take those risky singles when I can hit boundaries at will. I am going to score runs. Let's not take those risky singles. And she said that without saying a word.
Setting a very solid platform for the batters to come. Still going strong, both Rasika and Taranga Gajanaike. Aisha running into ball. Rasika outside the off stump. A wild swing and a miss.
That was a big heave. If that would have connected, it would have landed right outside the stadium. Rodrigo is looking to get a big score on the board. She wants to make this opportunity count. Happy to play her shots, and happy to play her shots will yield her 4 more runs through the mid-wicket area. That's definitely her favorite area of scoring. This is the 3rd boundary that she has executed in the same area. She'll quickly move to 20 or 15, and Bahrain are in all control of this chase. It was shot and pulled it just in front of a square.
Pranav, I think the Qatari captain should rework on their strategy. What I have seen, both the batter, Rasika as well as Taranga, they are playing to their pace bowling. Maybe what is your insight on this? Maybe a change in pace, a bowling change, maybe an off spinner.
It's one thing to have a strategy and another to execute it. Currently, the way Rodrigo and Gajnaik are dominating, I don't think that Aisha has anything on her hands. She just wants a lucky moment to see the back of at least either of these two. A wonderful in swinging Yorker. Well dug out by Rodrigo.
So at the end of 6 overs, Bahrain at 45 for no loss, conceding couple of boundaries in the last over of the power play. So Bahrain well placed at the end of power play, 45 for no loss, a good platform to chase this target of 120 odd.
For sure. Maintaining an average of 7.5. Bringing the required run rate down, but let's not forget they are chasing an above par 124, 125 to win.
Although it's a long way to go still from here on, but the stage at 45 for no loss at the end of power play would give them immense self-belief and confidence to chase this target of 124.
They just need to hang in there. Just keep it tight. Another extra. This is what is breaking the back of Qatar. The amount of extras that they have conceded already. It's just 6 overs.
A full pitch delivery. Gajanaike playing it to the mid wicket for an easy single, rotating the strike, bringing Rasika Rodrigo back to the strike.
It is just 6 overs and Qatari bowlers have already conceded 6 extras. An extra and over at the current rate. Oh, that was well struck. Rochelle trying to get in line. If she could have converted that into a catch, surely this catch would have at least 10 million views in the social media.
Would have been the catch of the tournament, maybe.
Probably catch of the year. Low down to the right.
A well-pitched delivery. Gajanaike playing straight to the bowler. A swing and a miss.
Currently, what the Qatar bowlers need to understand is that dot balls is the need of the hour. They have runs on board. They just need to hang in there. That is the replay. An opportunity which went begging. Rochelle is creating opportunities. That was an easy stumping chance. Went through the block hole. I wouldn't be wrong in saying Gajnaike yorked herself. Very, very well played by Gajnaike. Taps it around the corner for a single. This is what she needs to do. She needs to play till the 15th, 16th over before she goes all out. Bahrain are 49 for no loss at the end of 7 overs.
A decent good over from Rochelle, conceding just 4 runs. No, good to see today Bahrain batters showing the aggressive approach from ball 1, almost hitting boundary in every over.
For sure, Suresh. Love the intent of these Bahraini batters. They've come and they've come with all guns blazing. They're looking to attack. They've almost left the Qatari bowlers without an answer. Alina Khan will be coming in from the far end with those leg spinners. Lovely action. Every time that I see a leg spinner, I do miss mentioning Shane Warne. Rest in peace to him. What a legend has he been to cricket.
A legend of leg spin bowling, a role model for a lot of youngsters.
Trupti, a very, very active wicketkeeper. She did miss an opportunity. It's early days for her. She's a young talent. With time, she will be a priceless asset to this Qatar team. A lot of these players in 5 years' time would be very, very, very good contributors.
Excellent bowling by Alina. She knows what she is doing and she is pointing towards her fielder. She has some plans in her mind. She is just giving some direction to the player at the mid wicket. You can see this. So that means she is plotting something for the batter. Rasika Rodrigo facing Alina. This time bit short and Rasika went over the mid wicket but could manage only 2 runs. There is a sweeper in place to protect the boundary.
Rodrigo is very happy to play her shots. She'll keep going. Didn't connect it well, but still cleared just over Aisha, who was there at the mid-wicket region. Alina has been very, very impressive. Another full toss by the Qatari bowlers. Alina being the culprit this time. Gajnaike will be happy to take a single of it.
Interesting to see, Pranav, the change in the fielding after the power play. Like Qatar, they have put a lot of fielders on the boundary line to protect boundary, thus releasing or giving easy singles and the rotation of strike to Bahrain batters. What do you say on this strategy? There is no one at the catching except a keeper and a bowler, and 3 fielders protecting the boundary. Couple of sweepers.
It's 8 overs, 53 for no loss. I agree, Suresh, but the point is that the strategy being implemented there is the management, Qatari management does realize that if they get the back of either of these 2 players, there can be an opening. Both these batters are looking to attack. They're just waiting for a mistake to happen from these Bahraini batters. One mistake and they will be looking to penetrate that opportunity.
But Pranav, as you know, the best golden mantra in cricket is the best way to contain run is to take wickets.
For that, you will have to take those run out and catches. There are plenty of opportunities created by Rochelle. She has dropped them herself. So, at the moment, all I see is either Gajnaike or Rodrigo missing a straight one onto the stumps. That's the only way Qatar is going to be picking up a wicket.
Qatar still looking out for their first break. Taranga Gajanaike on the strike facing Rochelle. And again a full toss. Smashed it to the mid-wicket area for another boundary.
You might be the most talented in the side. You might be the pick of the bowlers. But if you're bowling juicy full tosses to Taranga, she is not going to be missing out. She might be looking to contain and take singles and rotate strike and happy to allow Rodrigo to attack. But this time, she heaves it just over the mid-wicket fielder, penetrating the field, bisecting the 2 boundary riders for a boundary. What a player is Gajnaike. I remember Shoaib mentioning Gajnaike similar to Sangakkara, but Gajnaike does remind me of Arjuna Ranatunga. What a player was Arjuna Ranatunga.
What a comeback by Rochelle. Straight, a quicker one, going through the edge, straight to the keeper.
what's identical for Arjuna Ranatunga with Gajnaike is she knows her limitations. She, she makes the most of those limitations. She knows she is not one of the most agile in the ground, but very, very talented. Another heave. This time there will be Kerry protecting the boundary. But look how smartly is she implementing her resources. She does realize that she has a very, very strong bottom hand. And the mid-wicket fielder is there to cut off the single. So she just plays it intelligently over the mid-wicket fielder to get a single.
That brings Resica Rodrigo on the strike. Again, racking it to the mid-wicket, and this average fielding, but could manage only one, a good recovery by the fielder. One more ball to go for Rochelle.
Rodrigo has quickly moved to 25 of 23, Gajnaike on 29 of 30. Very happy to fend it away to finish the 9-over mark for 60. Bahrain are in complete control of this game.
So 7 runs from this Rochelle over. Bahrain at 60 for no loss at the end of 9th over. This is the match summary so far. For Qatar, Shireen scored 31 of 38, Hirel 22, Aisha 18 of 15. Deepika chipping in each, Pavitra, Taranga with 1 wicket each. Qatar closing at 124 for a loss of 6 wickets. Bahrain replying with a strong reply from both the opening batters. Taranga 29 of 31, Rasika 25 of 23. And still no wicket for Qatari bowlers. They are still looking out for their first break.
I'll tell you what, Suresh, if there is a person expected to pick a wicket, it is Alina. I feel she's the pick of the bowlers. This is struck well and struck high. Will clear the mid-on fielder. Will get a run or two there. Not pushing hard is Rodrigo and Gajnaike. Happy and content with that single. Bringing Gajnaike on strike. Alina has looked very, very good with her bowling.
Showing good control of the line.
For sure.
As you know, Pranav, leg spinner, it's not easy to control. But she's showing a very good control of her line and length.
Very often would you see a leg spinner losing the grip and pitching the ball maybe twice or thrice on the wicket. But Alina has been pitching the ball up, giving it good air, good flight. With time, she will learn to give it more turn as well.
And I think the Bahrain batter did realize this. If you notice, both the batter Rasika as well as Taranga Gajnaike, they are playing it carefully to Alina, just nudging her for singles and doubles.
For sure, if there is somebody who realizes the importance of their wicket, it is these two. They do realize that Bahrain does not have a very, very strong batting lineup. They did have a collapse yesterday against Oman. Today, both these batters are looking to take control of the situation and hang in there.
Currently, Bahrain plays very nicely, 62 for no loss. 3 more balls to go. Come on,
A beautifully struck drive through the covers. Will get a single there. Rodrigo has been very, very impressive. Cannot take it away from Gajnaike as well, who has been the craftsman. If it is Rodrigo, the butcher, we can call Gajnaike the craftsman.
Happy to see Pranav today, the Bahrain communications while batting. If you noticed yesterday, there were a lot of yes and no's in between, running between the wicket. But today, they are communicating well. There are no so many miscommunication. And this is another big shot to the mid wicket, but there is a sweeper in place. Could manage to stop. A good running. Another 2 runs for Bahrain and Taranga Gajanaike.
The Bahrain batters do realize that they need to improve, and they have done so. They had a few gaps to fill in. They have done that as well. Gajnaike is happy to play that leg side heave. Good football skills by Kerry. Guarding the deep mid-wicket boundary. At the end of 10 overs, it is Bahrain 65 for no loss.
It's the halfway mark. Bahrain at 65 for no loss. Qatar still looking out for their first break. A very solid start by both the opening batters, Taranga Gajanaike and Rasika Rodrigo. And change in the com box as well. Shoaib replacing Pranav Bhai. Welcome, Shoaib.
Thank you, Suresh. 65, that's a brilliant start for Bahrain. And the way the openers have played, they've shown how you can bat in these conditions without compromising on the run rate. Yes, they've definitely given a few chances, but Qatar have not been able to take them. A very strong partnership building up here for Bahrain.
Right, meanwhile, Rochelle continuing her 4th over. So till now she has conceded 14 of her 3. Still looking out for a break. She does created couple of chances, but she was unfortunate not to have a wicket in front of her name.
Yes, there was a cotton bowled opportunity for Rochelle, which she couldn't take. Very well played and very well bowled as well. Rochelle has been very consistent, has asked the right questions, has tried to build pressure, but just hasn't been lucky enough to take a wicket.
A good ball, well flighted. Taranga Gajanaike misreading it, hitting her pads. No run this time. Another dot ball.
That was very close to the stumps. Missed by a few centimeters. Flighted delivery has been flicked off the pads and will get another single.
Shoaib, what is your insight? I've been observing both batters hitting through the mid wickets, most of their balls. Should Rochelle try to bowl little bit more outside the off stump so that she can drag the batsman and there be chances of edging up in the air?
That's a fair observation. I think Rochelle has to try something different. And if, as you rightly mentioned, they're playing a lot on the mid wicket, you need to try and play them, make them play a different shot. Here, another single towards long on. And that has to come from the captain as well. They need to do something desperately. They need a wicket. And they can only do that if they try something and think out of the box.
Good to see Qatari fielders throwing themselves to stop the ball, but couldn't prevent a single. That helps Bahrain again to rotate the strike, bringing Taranga Gajanaike to the strike. Again a juicy full toss, and she again smashed through the mid wicket for another boundary. This is what we were talking about. They are feeding them to their strength, and I think the captain of Qatar should come and consult his team members, especially bowler Rochelle, and ask her to bowl little bit outside the off stump. So 7 runs considered by Rochelle in this over. At the end of 11 overs, Bahrain 72 for no loss. A good over by Rochelle, but she couldn't finish it, conceding boundary in the last delivery. Alina back into the attack. So far, bowled 2 overs, conceded 9 runs. She looks pick of the bowler till now, having immaculate line and length, creating chances, but yet to take a wicket.
Oh yes, she's been economical as well. The only problem is they've not been able to take wickets. And Bahrain are on their way, as of now, cruising towards that target of 124. Nice flighted delivery outside off, an appeal as well. But there was daylight between the bat and the ball.
Excellent ball. This is what I was saying, Shoaib. They should keep it simple. Right to the stump, outside the off stump. Let them play their shots. In the process, they will get it the edge and create some chances. Again, well-flighted ball hit. Luckily, it's falling between, like behind the bowler in the no man's area. Another single.
Making sure her field is in the right place, and that's again a sign of a good bowler, a confident bowler who knows what she's doing. Alina. Another flighted delivery straight into the hands of the mid-wicket fielder. And Alina is excited about that as well. But I think there was a bounce just before. In fact, just after the ball hit the bat. So the umpire says not out.
Good to see Alina changing the length of the ball as well. This time, if you could see, this was the full pitched ball and was trying to create a chance.
Oh, that's another loose full toss. And that's been hit towards the mid-wicket area again. As rightly pointed out by Suresh, both the batters like to play that area a lot, like to play in that area and have been scoring runs heavily. So clearly the plan has to change. They need to make them uncomfortable and make them play somewhere around the offside. 30 for Rodrigo, 38 for Gajanayake. And as you see, once it's bowled outside off, it becomes difficult for Rodrigo to score runs. So she should be trying to bowl in that area more often.
So it has to be in consistency, not in patches. That's what Qatari bowlers are missing. They are bowling good balls, but in between they are leaking runs, giving loose deliveries. Whereas wherein the Bahrain batsmen, they are taking them for boundaries. So they are not having any pressure. Again, trying to wreck through the mid-wicket, missing it completely, missed not only by the batsman, but by the keeper as well. Ball going all the way to the ropes. That give another 4 runs to Bahrain total.
Yes, that partnership building up, slow and steady. This time taking the under edge of the bat. Unlucky for the bowler. Missed by the batsman, missed by the batter, missed by the keeper, and it's gone for 4 runs. End of over number 12. Bahrain are 78 for no loss. Aadha cup. Aadha cup. So 12 overs, 78 for no loss. Sachi Dhadwal is the bowler. Her parents are here. They're watching the game. They've come all the way from Qatar to support Sachi, and that is such an encouraging sight.
Good to see parents supporting their kids, and coming all the way. I've seen some international guests from Qatar as well, UAE, and of course, yesterday I've been seeing a lot of Omani parents also supporting their kids, motivating them. This is something very, very important.
Absolutely, I think it's good for the sport. It's good for the player as well when they know they've got the support system in place. Sachi Dhadwal couldn't perform with the bat today, but she's been given the responsibility to bowl. Off the pads, nicely flicked. That's a loose delivery, easy pickings for the experienced Taranga Gajanayake, and she gets 4.
This is what Shoaib was saying. Sachi started very well. Couple of dot balls when she was bowling to her line of off stump. The moment she spread the ball on her pads, Taranga Gajanaike was quick to guide the ball for a boundary. So again, the lapse in concentration, a lack of consistency from Qatari bowlers. Taranga at 42 of 43 deliveries, a very good batting display. This time to the backward point, guiding it nicely, settling for single. That brings Rasika on the strike. Rasika will be facing Sachi for the first time. A right-hander. Till now, Sachi has bowled to Taranga, to the left-hander. Let's see how Sachi manages a right-hander Rasika. She still have 2 balls to bowl. Maybe a wicket at this moment may change the complex of the game.
Oh yes, absolutely, because it's not going to be easy for new batters to come out and score 5-6 runs and over. So now, because these 2 batters are set, it is important that Bahrain continue with this pair, and both these batters make sure that they are there till the end. Another single down the ground. Dhadwal has looked to be a good bowler, just needs to be a little more consistent in her line and length. Has a good rhythm, good bowling action, nice jump just before she delivers the ball. And bowls well.
That's the line, Shoaib, I was talking about. Just keep it very simple, to the stump, little bit outside the off stump, and I'm sure that will fetch them rewards sooner than later. So at the end over, Sachi conceded 6 runs in this over. So by the end of 13 overs, Bahrain plays very nicely at 84 for no loss. We saw a first half century yesterday from UAE, and Taranga at 43 or 45. Maybe another half century today, second of the GCC T20 Women's Championship on day 2. Day 1 we had 1.
Well, definitely possible, Suresh, and well deserving as well, because Taranga has played really well with a lot of composure. She's the leader of the pack, and she's proving to be why she is the leader. She bowled well as well yesterday, bowled well today, and now batting sensibly. So, an all-round performance from Taranga Gajanayake.
Alina back into attack, a well-flighted delivery, a big swing, and a miss by Rasika Rodrigo. So, I don't know, strong intuition. Alina will get the wicket soon.
Well, we'll have to wait and watch. One more over for her. This is her last over. That's a low full toss. It's high in the air. Can this be a catch? Oh, just falls short. Suresh's prediction was just about to come true.
It was so close.
So close yet so far.
Yes.
Important wicket of Rodrigo. Just falling short of the fielder at long on.
It was Rochelle. She tried her best, but it was a bit short for her. Another interesting observation, Shoaib, the right-left-handed combination. Finally, Anila got her first break for Qatar. As I was just saying, couple of balls back, and what a wicket. It's Taranga Gajanaike. Who else?
Look at that. Nice and flat this time. Went for the shot. Cross-batted. Ball keeping low. Not the greatest of shots to select. And loss of focus from Taranga.
And Alina is rewarded with her discipline line. She is being bowling till now. 3.3 overs, conceding just 12 runs. And the very valuable wicket of captain of Bahrain, Taranga Gajanaike. Now this is interesting to see. What would be the strategy of Bahrain? Whether the new batter comes and takes some time to settle down, or rotate strike and get Risika Rodrigo, take the aggressive approach and keep scoring runs.
Now that's the problem for Bahrain. They don't have the liberty, the time to come out and settle themselves in. From here on, after this, only 6 overs left, and they need to score at least 5 runs and over from here on. So it's on Rodrigo now to make sure that they get close to the target as much as possible. Because Amerat, who's the new batter in, will need some time to get a move on.
Rasainka Herat replacing the captain Taranga at number 3 position. Again, a left-hander replacing left-hander. Again, Bahrain preferring to maintain this combination of a right-handed batter and the left-hander. Guided it to the mid-wicket for an easy single, opening her account, Rasainka Herat. Again, a well-pitched delivery, a full delivery, trying to smack it, getting the edge, ball going through the covers, but short of fielder. Rasika could manage to complete a comfortable single, adding one more to her tally. She's on 34 of 37 deliveries.
Yes, now Rodrigo needs to make sure that she stays there till the end. Because 2 new batters in the crease, Bahrain will be in some pressure. It's not about wickets now, it's about getting those runs on the board. And that scoreboard pressure, that last over pressure will definitely be on whoever it is out there batting in the middle. So it's better that you have somebody who's well set facing those last few overs. Meanwhile, Amerat steps down the track, good aggressive intent, and they take a single.
Let me tell you, Shoaib, I'm so happy and glad to see Alina Khan action. The confidence she's showing, throwing up the ball up, giving a good loop, a good shape to the ball, not getting scared to be hit for a boundaries. Till now, she bowled 4 overs. I think she completed her quota of 4, conceding 15 runs, and the lone wicket of Bahrain till now in her kitty. So at the end of 14 overs, Bahrain at 88 for 1. Match plays evenly, I would say.
Oh yes, absolutely. Evenly poised, well balanced. Of course, Qatar will feel that they've got a chance here. They've got an opening in the form of Taranga's wicket. Can they capitalize on it? Can they make sure that they build pressure, keep continuing bowling those dot balls and try to get wickets. Now what they need to do is get a few more fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Do not allow easy singles for the batters and put pressure, especially on the new batter, Rasangika Herat.
Absolutely sure. This is what I was about to say. I cannot see any fielder in the catching position, all of them at the edge of the circle and protecting boundaries. This is the time wherein they should bring in some close fielder and maybe a one, if not two, for a catching position and bowl to their off stump and middle stump line.
Oh yes, maybe a slip would not be a bad idea as well. For a new batter, getting a slip in, you normally tend to get edges when you're trying to drive as you're not set in. This one has been played in the gap, but will only be a single.
Sachi is looking good. Her rhythm is very nice. Bowling to her line, off stump. Till now, she considered just 7 runs. She's into her second over. She's trying to create chance for Qatar, making sure the field placement in right positions. Again, because the left hand, right hand combination. Wide swing straight over the bowler's head, but there is a fielder in place. They will settle down only for 1 run. Yes. What their strategy show it, because they did first very well with the right and left hand combination at the opening slot, and they prefer continuing it. Amerat on the strike facing Sachi. A good full pitch delivery, trying to hit through the mid wicket cover region. Just 1 run. Sachi has considered till now only 3 runs in her 5 balls. Whether she can finish on a good note, just missing the top of the bells. Very unfortunate. A straight ball to the wicket, just missing the top of the stumps. A wild swing from Rasika. Very close to the stump.
Very close, very, very close. Unlucky, Sachi Dhadwal. It's not her day, but keep fighting. That's the motto. 15 overs gone, 91 for 1.
Pranav replacing Shoaib at the com box. Welcome Pranav. Bahrain at 91 for 1 at the end of 15 overs.
Thank you very much, Suresh. Replacing Shoaib is something that I can never do. Such a talent. So well respected and wanted all around the world. The match is stuck. It's going to go to the wire. Qatar has put 124 on board. A lot is required in this 5 overs. The captain is back in the dugout. A lot depends on Rodrigo here. She's the batter in form. She's already got 34 of 38.
Hirel back into attack and a big strike over the mid-wicket area for a couple of runs.
Running between the wicket is what is costing Bahrain. They need to push ones into twos, twos into threes. That is what can make it easier to close this game. भाई इक्वेशन या कुछ मिल सकता है?
Vicious dot ball by Hirel Agarwal at this stage of the match. Rasika Rodrigo at 37 of 41 deliveries. Holding one end. Looking bit tired now. She's being there from ball one for Bahrain. A wild swing and a miss.
What Qatar is doing extremely well is they have restricted those extras. They've stopped giving free runs. And as a result, Bahrain are struggling. A few overs back, they were in such control of the game, but now they are 95 for 1 at the end of 16 overs.
Back-to-back dot balls creating pressure. Hirel just conceded 4 runs, a very crucial over of 16. At the end of 16 overs, Bahrain placed at 95 for the loss of 1 wicket. I think our seasoned umpire Navneet Krishnan and Samir Parker asking better to have a quick change. She asked for a water from a dugout. Good to see a Qatari captain continuing with Sachi. She has done so far very nice. In her 2 overs, she just conceded 9 runs and more importantly, hardly any extra freebies deliveries like wide or no ball, and she's sticking to her offside stump line, which is making Bahrain better harsh to score on her bowling.
They need a boundary, and they need a boundary now. It's the need of the hour. 30 required of 24 deliveries. The equation sounds fairly simple. What's making it complicated is the tight bowling by Qatar. They started off very loose, probably overconfident, but ever since they got their lines and lengths right, they have been in complete control of this game. 29 of 23 is the equation. Sachi is the bowler. Rodrigo is the set batsman. Big heave. I am not able to understand, and so is Sachi, what is making her miss those stumps.
This is the second time, the last delivery of her previous over. It was a similar delivery, just shaving the top of the belts. She's unfortunate, but credit to her consistency in the line. She's going with each passing ball closer and closer to the stumps
Luck
and
plays,
making it very difficult for the Bahraini batters to score freely.
luck plays such an important role. On another day, Sachi would have 2 wickets to her name. Not today. Rodrigo, 38 of 45. She's played well, but she needs to make sure that she gets Bahrain home. The lefty-righty combination continues. Sachi has been mighty impressive.
Not reading the line of the ball. Amerat coming down the track and trying to smack Sachi over the mid-off area. But she missed it completely, straight to the wicketkeeper. Another dot ball, creating pressure. Each dot ball will keep adding more pressure on Bahrain in her chase. So far, Sachi has bowled 4 balls and considered just 2 runs. A very good disciplined line and length bowling by Sachi.
The number 17 for Qatar. That's very well struck, but will find the fielder in the deep. Sachi is bowling a very, very tight line, and more importantly, she's not conceding any extras, which is making the equation even more difficult.
Pranav, now the required run rate is touching almost 9. Another couple of dot balls, it will reach 10, which will be a big task.
The commentator's curse is what we say, and it has happened. Sachi has bowled a wide. A lot of runs is expected in extras. And that's what Bahrain would have been counting at as well, but Sachi has disappointed them by bowling tight lines. This one being struck very, very well. Brilliant fielding in the deep by Angeline will restrict them to a single, believe it or not. At the end of 17 overs, it is 100 for 1. That single will bring in the 100 mark for Bahrain as well. Brilliant batting from Rodrigo. Amerat is supporting him.
It will be a cracker from now onwards here. 25 needed in 18 balls for now. The match is very interestingly poised. What do you say, What do you say? Is it 50-50 or is it 60-40 for Qatar?
I believe that Qatar are in complete control of this game. This is a match to lose. They have runs on board. The scoreboard pressure is almost killing the Bahraini batsmen.
Sorry, my friend Pranav, this time I don't agree with you. I think it's evenly poised and I see Bahrain sailing it through.
It's going to be a tough call. They're not leaking any boundaries, not giving extras. Hiril keeping it tight from this end. Sachi is bowling brilliant spell from the other side. The required run rate is almost 9.
Sachi has one more over and Hiril in her third over. So out of these 3, I feel 2 overs they will be sharing this. I think they will finish this because Hiril, then Sachi will come up and still Hiril will bowl the 20th over.
That's cut, and that's cut well. Should get a boundary here. This was desperate need of the hour. Amerat getting that 1 over point. This is what was required. Bahraini camp is a happy camp right now, cheering all the way. They're 104 for 1, but they're still under pressure. They're chasing 125 to win. And this boundary will surely ease the pressure down.
Look at the energy shown by Rasika at the other end. This is what's showing they need this win badly. You know, this will really take their morale to the sky. And they are fighting it with each ball.
They've already lost a game in this tournament. They cannot be losing one today. Striking it hard. It is Amerat to long off. Will get a single there. The equation is still very tight. It is just 15 balls remaining in the second innings and 19 runs are required. If you have just joined us, it was Qatar who scored 124 and in chase, that is a catching opportunity. That's gone in vain. They will get a second there. This is the problem that Qatar has faced. They have not held on to their catches. So many opportunities have gone down begging.
It was Aisha. But now, could this be a costlier miss? Because not only the catch is missed, another additional run, bringing the gap much closer. Now 17 required to win.
For sure, it is the captain who has led the team down on this occasion. 2 vital runs. If the catch would have been taken, the equation would have been 19 required of 14. It's 17 or 14. There's another opportunity, and I believe it is going to be in the no man's land. Sachi covering up very quickly, and a good throw to the wicketkeeper, keeping it down to 1. The kitchen sink is being thrown at everything possible. Anything in radar or not in radar, the bat is going to be thrown at. It's just 13 balls in the second innings. Very, very good ball. It was a leg cutter from Hiral, getting the top edge. What a match has this turned out to be, an absolute thriller. Another ball in the air, falls in the gap.
So 10 run conceded Pranav in this over. And that brings the equation 15 runs in 12 balls.
It's anyone's game, 110 for 1. It is Bahrain at the end of 18 overs. What a thriller of a game are we witnessing. It is Bahrain versus Qatar, the 2 neighboring countries fighting it out hard.
Another challenge for Qatari captain. Till now, Hiral Agarwal was bowling very well. She conceded 10 runs. She has one more to bowl. And of course, I think it will be Sachi from the other end. But now, who will bowl the 20th over for Qatar?
It has to be trusted with Hiral. She bowls those brilliant leg cutters. More importantly, it is going to be on Sachi on how she bowls this over. This is the most important over of the match. Another brilliant delivery by Sachi, conceding just a single. She's kept it very, very tight. She's bowled 3 overs for 14. She's been very, 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 very unlucky to not pick up wickets.
That brings Rasika Herat on the strike. Sorry, I beg your pardon. That brings Rasika Rodrigo on the strike. A well-settled batter. She's at 43. A straight back to the bowler, and Sachi finally getting her wicket, and reward for her consistent discipline, line and length. What a wicket at a crucial moment. This may change the whole complex of the match now, Pranav.
Impressive is an understatement there. What a catch is that from Sachi. Remember, she is the bowler herself. Return catches are the most toughest, and this was low to her left side. She's a righty. And look at that celebration. That celebration says it all. That wicket means a lot to this team, which is fighting it hard to get back. They might have got a score which was above par, but they have messed it up. And now they are fighting it back to keep the game alive. Just 10 balls remaining in this innings, 14 to get. And that important wicket of a well-set batter. Will this make a difference? पता नहीं भाई.
5 for 1 turn.
Pavitra Shetty, who's going to be walking in because of that brilliant catch by Sachi Dadwal. A low full toss. This is another run out opportunity. She dives, but in vain.
Misdirected throw. It would have been straight to Sachi hand. It would have been clear run out. Pavitra fortunate enough.
Everyone is in pressure here. 9 balls remaining, 13 required. And it's anyone's game. Bahrain might have 8 wickets in hand, but wickets are of no importance here. All they need is 13 runs.
Rasika Herat coming down the track, playing it to the mid-off area, but settling for single.
Need to have more aggressive running, Bahrain. That could have been converted into a double.
At least a boundary in these last 2 balls of Sachi. Till now, it is 1 wicket, 1-1 in her 4 balls. Very smart bowling by Sachi. Just sticking to her line and length outside the off stump.
Sachi might not have been the main contributor with the bat or the ball, but in my eyes, she's one of the main contenders for the man of the match. With her fielding, with her availability, with her contribution in the field, she's been definitely the pick. She's bowled the difficult overs. Remember, Bahrain was cruising through. She's the reason Qatar has made a comeback. If Qatar wins, her contribution has to... Look at that effort. Cannot believe that this is Sachi Dadwal, a young talent from Qatar, giving in everything, just conceding 5 runs from the over. That was a perfect split.
Not only 5 runs, but a crucial wicket of a set batsman.
For sure, Suresh. Look at that effort. If she could have stopped that, that would have been priceless. It is still an amazing effort. 10 runs required of the last ball. It is going to be a thriller of a game. There is a lot of discussion that is happening in the center. Bahrain believes that they are in the driver's seat. Qatar believes they are in the driver's seat as well.
What a commitment shown by Sachi.
You have my salute there, Sachi Dadwal. That's, if you're reading that scoreboard, ignore it. It says 18 overs, 19 overs have been bowled. 115 for 2 is Bahrain. They need 10 important runs. Everything that's done till now has no importance. Everything that matters is this last 6 balls and 10 runs. If they can restrict it, and it is going to be Hiral who's going to be bowling in from the far end.
What a thriller this one is.
She's gone at 8 runs per over. A priceless dot ball. Hiral, what is happening here? What are you doing, Bahrain? How can you be losing this? You were in control of the game all throughout. But just in the last 5 overs, they have lost it. They still need 10 runs of 5 balls. 1 boundary is the necessity of the situation right now. It's desperate measures. Flighted, hit hard. Oh, that was an awkward bounce. They will have to go for 2, and she will fall way short. It is Pavitra Shetty who is going to be run out here. They had to go for the second. Only if this hard running between the wickets was executed earlier, the equation could have been different. But for the time being, it is 11 runs required of just 4 deliveries.
What a throw, straight to the bowler. What a throw, what an arm.
Remember, she had an awkward bounce to cover up as well. Brilliant piece of fielding. Qatar has hold on to their nerves. It is Hiril who is trusted to bowl the last over. She had 10 runs to defend. She still has 9 of them. It is going to be Herat facing Hiril Agarwal, the number 19 for Qatar.
Herat can hit a long way.
I believe that she needs to pick one of the gaps. She is swinging hard, but swinging hard will not help. This game is way gone, is what I believe. 3 balls and 8 runs. This game is way gone from Qatar. A new batter is going to be on strike. Herat would have wanted to be on strike.
A big task for Deepika Bhaskara, who's taking strike at this crucial moment. 3 balls to go, and Bahrain needs to score 8 runs of these 3 balls.
They have a lot of fielding changes happening. They just wanted nothing less than perfect here. It is Hiril who is bowling this last over. She had 12 to defend. What? That's given as wide. She's questioning the umpire's decision. Very, very disappointed. She does not agree with the umpire, but what is going to matter is Samir Parker has given it as wide, and it's going to be a wide. 3 balls, 7 runs. She needs to keep it tight. She does. Very, very well fielded. They have been so accurate with the fielding. It is nothing less than a thriller. 2 boundaries is what they need. A boundary and a 2 for a super over.
Maybe a boundary on this ball will make it really interesting.
Deepika Bhaskara is a new batter. She's only going to be facing a second delivery. It's on the stumps. A big heave. Look at that effort. Look at that effort. This is what this match means to them. Can this be the final nail in the grave? It is Hiril Agarwal who has bowled this final over, and she's been more than perfect. Bahrain needs a 6 and nothing less than a 6 to make an impact. There is nothing. They would believe that this is a one-game Qatar. Only something extraordinary can change it. Bahrain was in control of this game for 90% of the match.
And when it mattered most, they lost their way, unfortunately. But nevertheless, a very good performance by Bahrain team. A very good performance.
You have to be giving all the credit to Sachi Dadwal and Hiril. They might not have numbers to show it, but their effort in the field was incredible. Swinging it hard. Believe it or not, it is Qatar who is going to be winning this game. Look at that roar from Hiril Agarwal. This is what it means to her. The hugs and handshakes all around. They have won a match which was long gone away from them, and they've pulled it back right in time. Sachi Dadwal and Hiril Agarwal. Brilliant spells from them. Bahrain have been restricted to 120. They've lost the game by 5 runs. What a win is this for Qatar. Lovely scenes from the center.
A well-deserved win for Qatar as well. And a big compliment to the Bahraini team. A much improved performance from yesterday match.
Taranga Gajanaike, 43 of 46. Rasika Rodrigo, 43 of 50. Nobody else coming in with the contributions, ending at 120 for 3. But what's commendable is the extras column, just 12 of them. And Bahrain finishes at 120 for 3. They should have won this game, but they could not because of this bowling card. Look at that. Alina Khan picking up a wicket and Sachi Dadwal picking up a wicket as well. But what matters is the economies of Alina Khan 3.75, Sachi Dadwal 4.75, and that important over from Hiral Agarwal, the last one. So this is the match summary for you. Qatar scoring 124 for 6 in their allocated 20 overs, and Bahrain chasing it down 120. Not able to chase it down 120 for 3. Qatar wins the game by 4 runs. Congratulations to Qatar. We will see you down at the match presentation with Shoaib. That's all from the Combox.
तीसरा कैमरा।
ट्रॉफी कौन देगा?
ये दबा के ना पूरा बोलना, ठीक है? आ गया कैमरा?
कैमरा आ गया।
अच्छा, अभी सिर्फ ना वो आप जो तीसरा कैमरा आ रहा है ना ऊपर से, उसको बगैर प्ले किए सिर्फ कट करो और हेडफोन लगा के ऑडियो देखो कि आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही, और जल्दी बताना।
आ रही है ऑडियो भी माइक में।
हेलो हेलो हेलो।
और आपका
ठीक है, मतलब वो फ्रेम दे दो आप वापस, ठीक है? और जब मैं आपको कहूँगा इस भाई आपके सामने आ जाएंगे, कट कर देना।
सब आ जाने दो उनको। वो क्रिस के मेहमान को बुलाओ और नाम भी चाहिए उनका। क्रिस notable performances? सही है.
Special appreciation due to Taranga because she took 43 runs in 46 balls. But that is from the losing.
Player of the match, not man of the match. Player of the match. प्लेयर वो दे रहा कौन है ट्रॉफी? ये आपके साथ ही माशाल्लाह इतने बड़े दिग्गज. नहीं मैं पूछ रहा. अरे नहीं भाई, नहीं वो क्योंकि क्रिस बोल रहा था ना उनको देने के लिए. चलो
एक मिनट सर, एक रैंडम पिक्चर ले लेंगे.
रैंडम पिक्चर. हाँ रैंडम लेना, मतलब उसकी मत लेना, रैंडम कुछ ले लेना फोटो. और एंड कैसे करेगा वो? तो मुखैर भाई है कि नहीं ऊपर? नहीं आप पहले खड़े हो जाए. No, you just stand there. I'll be announcing. And when I say the player of the match is Shireen, you come and stand here in the center. You take the trophy and we'll have a quick conversation. And then you can leave from there. Good afternoon and welcome to the post-match presentation for the game between Bahrain and Qatar. What a nail-biting game we've had. It was a roller coaster ride. We never knew who's going to win the game, but it was a hardly fought battle. Great appreciation for all the players. They've done really well and they've put on a show today, in fact. Well done, everyone. Joining me in the post-match presentation party is the match referee, Mr. Jamil Zaidi. A lot of notable performances today. Of course, Taranga Gajanayake, the captain, leading from the front for Bahrain. Bowled well and batted well as well. 43 of 46 and 6 boundaries in that. So well done, Taranga. But a very important and a vital knock came from the player of the match. It's from Qatar. It was Shahrin Nawab. 31 runs of 38 balls with 1-4. She's the player of the match. Well done, Shireen. So well done, Shireen. Good performance. Even in the first game, you did well, and today you performed with the bat. Tell us about the experience so far, and how do you feel?
It's really nice. I'm enjoying it. It was really nice to have cricket in Oman with all the GCCs around it. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Do you think there's an extra pressure when you're going live and people are watching you?
Kind of, but it's okay. It's fun. Yeah.
So you like all the attention and that's why you're scoring?
No, it's not like that. But it was good.
Tell us about the team. What is the morale in the team? How's the team doing? And of course, it's an important win for the team as well.
Yeah, it was really nice. We put a good effort in it and we were waiting for this win. So inshallah, we're looking forward to more.
Okay, all the best and do well.
Thank you so much.
That was player of the match, Shireen Nawab, scoring 31 of 29. We've got a few more matches lined up for you, so stay tuned and do not go anywhere. That's it from the post-match presentation.